Whether you're checking a bag or carrying on, airlines have gotten stricter about bag weight, and the fees for going over are crazy expensive these days. We're talking $50, $100, sometimes $150 plus for being just a few pounds over the weight limit. But these fees are totally avoidable, and the truth is, you can drop multiple pounds from your luggage without really even feeling it. So in this video, I'm breaking down the sneaky reasons your luggage ends up overweight, the biggest mistakes even experienced travelers make, and several smart gear swaps you can make to avoid ever paying an overweight luggage fee again. Let's get into it. To start, know that every airline is different. Some are generous with weight allowances, others are rigid down to the ounce. Before you pack, research your airline's size and weight limits for both checked and carry-on bags and whether or not you get a personal item, which can be pure gold for weight management. Now, that personal item bag still has to meet its own size and weight requirements, but it's one of the main tactics that I use to travel with all of my preferred items. I usually carry heavier toiletries and electronics in my personal item bag and leave my main bag for bulkier things like clothes and shoes. A major thing to consider before you even start packing is how heavy your suitcase is before it's packed. If your luggage weighs 12 plus pounds completely empty, you're gonna have a hard time no matter what you pack. For carry-ons, most airlines have a weight limit in the 7 to 10 kilo range, which fully packed is between 15 and 22 pounds. So if the bag itself is 9 or 10 pounds, you have very little margin to work with. For checked luggage, the standard weight cutoff is 23 kilograms or 50 pounds. So if that checked bag is 12 pounds or more, you're already a quarter of the way to your weight limit. With checked luggage, consider the size bag you really need. Most brands have a couple size options for checked bags, usually a small or medium option, which is around 60 to 75 liters of capacity, and a larger option that's usually 80 to 100 plus liters capacity. Larger bags are obviously going to be heavier, and you're going to be inclined to pack more, which will put you at risk for being over the 50-pound weight limit. Also, side note, those large checked bags are like comically huge to roll around. So while we usually carry on, if we do check a bag, we always opt for the smaller, medium-sized check bags. Materials matter too here because aluminum bags are heavier. These fancy reinforced corners also add a lot of weight. This isn't to say that you shouldn't have a high quality suitcase, just know it all eats into your weight limit. All right, let's talk about clothing, which is going to be a majority of what anyone is packing. The key with clothing is versatility. You want to find versatile pieces that work across a number of situations, whether that's walking out and about for the day, chilling at a coffee shop, or going to a nice dinner. And you want to think about pieces that can be easily layered rather than packing a bunch of separate single-use things that are big and bulky. Look for pieces that are lightweight, quick drying, and somewhat wrinkle resistant. One of our secret weapons for packing light is merino wool because it's all of these things, and the natural properties of merino make it antibacterial and antimicrobial, which means it can be reworn. Our company of choice for merino clothing is Unbound Merino, which is designed for travelers by travelers, and we've been wearing these items all over the world for years now. Now, merino isn't the cheapest, but in my opinion, it's a worthwhile travel investment, and a couple of key pieces go a long way. It can help you streamline your packing and really lighten your load. If you want to try it yourself, use the link below for 10% off with the code Away Together. Big thanks for Unbound Merino for sponsoring this video. Another sneaky culprit making your bag heavier is jeans. A single pair of jeans can weigh over 2 pounds or more. They take forever to dry if you need to wash them, and they hog precious space. If you're a die-hard jeans person, like Nick, bring just one pair and plan to wear them on the plane to keep your bag light. If you're looking for a travel-friendly jean alternative, ladies, take a look at linen pants. Quince has some great options, and you can also get a solid pair at Old Navy. Or for guys, Lululemon has these ABC pants. Unbound also offers some great merino travel pants as well. There's one item that everyone packs that adds a disproportionate amount of weight to their luggage: shoes. They're bulky, heavy, and most of them don't compress well. Here's your magic number: 2 pairs total. Obviously, there are specific situations where you might need more, but in general, this is the rule you should follow. You're gonna wear 1 pair on the plane. This needs to be your heaviest or bulkiest pair, usually whatever shoes you plan to do most of your walking in. The second lighter pair you're gonna pack. It can be kind of tricky to figure out what these 2 pairs are. For me, the second pair might be a pair of sandals or flats. For Nick, his main walking shoe will be very versatile for most situations and can be dressed up or down easily, but because he's a runner, his second pair is basically reserved for his running shoes. So yeah, basically we're telling you bring less stuff and your bag will weigh less. Womp womp. But what if someone notices I rewore an outfit? They probably won't. But how will I get through my entire trip with less stuff? just plan to do laundry. This is one of the main ways we're able to pack less, and anytime we mention it here, it seems to shock people that we would suggest taking time out of your vacation to do laundry. But the thing is, it really doesn't take that long. Book at least one place midway through your trip that has a washer, throw a load in the morning, it should just be a few items, and then hang them back up when you're at your place. Don't have a washer? Take a few items into the shower with you. Same. It seems obvious not to pack anything that your accommodation already provides, but you would be surprised at how many people pack things like hair dryers, towels, even basic toiletries when their hotel or Airbnb already provides them. Pro move, consider skipping toiletries like soap, shampoo, and lotion. Most accommodations provide the basics, and if they don't, you can grab them locally. Unless you need some sort of specialty product for medical reasons, this alone can save some serious weight in your luggage. Don't underestimate the weight all of the little stuff adds. Electronics, adapters, toiletries, all of these things seem small, but they add to your total weight. Quick wins that'll shave pounds off your bag. Opt for a smaller and lighter weight toiletry bag as a way to hold yourself accountable to bringing less toiletries. Gravel makes a great lightweight toiletry bag that weighs only 3.6 ounces. Bring one compact multi-port charger instead of multiple heavy adapters. We highly recommend Epica's universal travel adapter. Bring an e-reader instead of physical books. Get mini versions of items that you plan to take. Nick just made a video on all his top tiny travel essentials to help maximize space. We'll link that video in the description below. These small changes can easily shave multiple pounds off of your bag without impacting your trip at all. Now, something to be careful of is compression. We're longtime champions of packing cubes, specifically compression packing cubes as a way to compartmentalize your stuff and save space in your bag. But a lot of people use compression as a means of packing more, which, reminder, this isn't gonna save weight at all. The same principle applies to these new vacuum seal backpacks. It's a great way to save space, but it doesn't impact the weight of your bag at all. A couple of other reasons bags are overweight is just not planning and thinking it through. Two ways this manifests. First, packing like the morning of your trip and just not giving yourself time to think. Second is packing for what-if scenarios that just aren't likely going to happen. Packing light is really just a planning exercise. When you take enough time to think through what you actually need, you'll inevitably bring less. The best way to avoid this is using a packing list. We offer multiple, and we've linked those below. Another great solution is to do a test pack. Pack your bag for a week or so leading up to your trip and just live out of that bag and see if you forgot or simply don't need something. Also, make sure to weigh your bag at home first before you head to the airport. If it's over the weight limit, you have time to make adjustments without the embarrassment of doing it at the counter. But let's say that you do everything right and you're somehow still a couple pounds over. Pack lower value items that you'd be okay parting with at the top of your suitcase. Things like a sweater you'd be okay getting rid of. If you're over the weight limit, you can quickly remove these items and either leave them behind or shift them to your personal item bag. You can also look to pack a lightweight foldable duffel or tote inside of your main suitcase. If you need extra carrying capacity at the last minute, you've got an option without scrambling, and then you can address your extra items after your bag is checked. When you get the hang of it, packing light can be easy and honestly quite freeing. You don't need to lug around a massive suitcase to feel prepared. In fact, you may begin to feel confident enough that you can travel in just a carry-on only. And you want to see exactly how to do that? Check out this video where Nick shows exactly what he packed for 30 days in Europe with a carry-on bag only. Thanks for watching and happy travels.